Hey, Connor Plays Magic, back once again, this time with some modern gameplay. Today we're going to be playing an Affinity list featuring a new card from Edge of Eternity's Pinnacle Emissary. So this card has the new Warp ability, so you can pay the Warp cost, which is either a blue or a red, to put it into play for the one turn, and exile it, and you can cast it from exile on a future turn. So for only 1 mana, we can get an ability where every time that we cast artifact spells for the turn, we create a 1/1 artifact creature with flying, and we can even play it as an artifact creature itself for 3 mana on a future turn. What this allows us to do is use all of the cheap artifacts that we have in our deck. We're running 4 M-Knights, 4 Ornithopter, Opal, Bauble. We've got a couple one-ofs here with Crypt and Boots and Shadow Spear. We have Springleaf Drum to make mana with our Ornithopter and Memnite, putting all of those out onto the field to make a gigantic board of artifacts, which will give us tons of affinity to be able to utilize our affinity cards. We have Thoughtcast and Thought Monitor, obviously, and then that also gives us the ability to go big with things like Kappa Cannoneer or with Urza Saga tokens. So very much just trying to go wide and big, make a huge field full of artifacts, and swing in for the win. We've got some tech in the board, obviously. We have the Tormod's Crypt and Urza Saga to tutor it up against any kind of graveyard decks, and some traditional hate and sideboard tech that we see often in these sorts of decks and in Modern these days. So we have Consigned to Memory, Force Negation, Dismember, Whip Flare against the creature decks, Blood Moon. We have Welding Jar in case we're not up against a graveyard deck and we don't need Tormod's Crypt, and we have Pithing Needle to round everything out. That's the deck, very basic deck tech. Let's hop into some games and see how this Affinity Modern League goes. I'll see you in match 1. Okay, we are into game 1. And what do we have here? We've got Steam Vents, Urza Saga. I don't think this is very good. We're gonna mulligan this hand. And what do we have here? We have Pinnacle Emissary, which we can immediately start doing some stuff with. I think that's pretty good. Let's keep this. That'll give us... Yeah, let's keep this. Let's put back a Kappa for now. Okay, they play Meticulous Archive. Okay, let's play an island, and then we will warp in this Pinnacle Emissary. First spell of the game. Okay, and then we'll go cast a Memnite. Cast the Mishra's Bauble. And we will bobble them. Okay. See a snow-covered forest. And then we'll pass turn. Emissary goes away. Then we draw with bobble. Thoughtcast, that's good. Windswept Heath, okay. And Thought Monitor. Let's go Island. And then we can Springleaf Drum into Thoughtcast. Alright, thinking about this Thoughtcast. Okay, fetching in response. Shocking in the breeding pool. Okay. Ice Fang. Okay. Are we drawn with the Thoughtcast or no? Flare of Denial to counter it. Do we want to Metallic Rebuke this? I think this is as good a time as ever to Metallic Rebuke. So we'll fight over this, get the Thoughtcast, which draws us a bunch of cards. Awesome. Okay. And we'll just pass from here. So we now have 4 artifacts in play. Next turn, we'll have access to Kappa, Lava Spur Boots. Oh, they play Shardless, okay. Birthing Ritual. Okay. Shardless Agent cascading into Birthing Ritual. At the beginning of your end step, if you control a creature, top 7, you may sacrifice that creature. If you do, put a creature card with mana value X or less from among those cards on the battlefield. Okay. So they just get to start going up the chain with Shardless now. Okay. Let's see, they sack Shardless to get a 4-drop. Oh, or less. Okay, so they get the Oculus. Just a good card to have. And then they manifest Dread. Okay, so what do we have here? We have Thought Monitors and Kappa Cannoneer. I think we have to just play Kappa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we would need to fully tap out for Kappa. And I think the same for Thought Monitor, right? Because we have 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think we have to tap out regardless. So do we tap out for Kappa or for Thought Monitor? I think Kappa. Just tap the board and hope that's good enough. Then next turn we can make Kappa extra large and hopefully get in with Kappa and the boots. So now we have 4, 5 artifacts. We'll play the boots for 6, then Thought Monitor, and then we can equip Kappa with the boots. We can do some stuff next turn. Dismember. Ooh, they dismember, but they forgot about the word for. I don't think they'll be able to pay for that. Yep, and they give us the LOL in chat. Okay, they play Coiling Oracle. No attacks. Birthing Ritual. They sacrifice the Coiling Oracle, and they get another Coiling Oracle. Okay. They manifest Dread here. Urza Saga. We will definitely play Urza Saga. So, I think here we just play the boots first. We will put a counter on the Kappa. And now that can't be blocked for the turn. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, so Thought Monitor only costs 1. We'll go Thought Monitor into another Thought Monitor. Alright, thinking about this Thought Monitor. I might have another Flare of Denial here. Thinking about whether or not to sack the Coiling Oracle to stop the Thought Monitor. They have Subtlety instead. Okay. Okay, so that'll resolve. We'll put that Thought Monitor on top, because then we can play another one. Draw 2 with the Thought Monitor. Put a counter there. And then let's Tap for a blue here with the Thought Monitor for another Thought Monitor. Draw more. We now can't equip the boots, but we have 8 power that can't be blocked. Let's just go to combat, I think. Yeah, because then that puts them to 5. Or do we want to put them lower than that? If we play both of these out, I think it doesn't really matter one way or the other here. So let's just, we'll play the bobble so that we can at least draw more for next turn if there's any kind of interaction. Sink into stupor, okay. That's good to know about. Go to combat and send in for 9 unblockable. And we're just going to try and ride the Kappa Cannoneer all the way here. Pass to them. Draw with Bobble. There's another Kappa. Okay, they cast Neoform here. And they get rid of the Coiling Oracle, so they're looking for a 3-drop? What 3-drop do they have? Okay, they were just looking through the deck to see if they had anything, and they didn't, so we got that one. Let's go to sideboarding. And looking at this, this is a very interesting deck. I'm not super familiar with Modern. I haven't been playing a lot of it recently, so this looks like this is a little bit off of the traditional meta from what I can recall. I guess they're just trying to do some sort of creature-y stuff that's fairly fair. I don't know what they're like ramping up into. It seems like they just have a bunch of like 2 and 3 drops. Um, for Shardless Agent, that just seems so weird given all the unfair Cascade decks in Modern in recent years. But anyway, I think the Whip Flare is going to be good against them. Dismember against creatures is always good. Blood Moon could be good, but I don't think it's super necessary. We can always consign triggers. It's not awful, but that seems a little more niche. Same thing with the Blood Moon. I think Welding Jar for the Tormod's Crypt is a pretty easy swap. They don't seem to be using their graveyard very much. And then the Dismembers and the Whip Flares, we will take out. We can always shave an Opal. And then let's trim like a Springleaf Drum and maybe like 2 Thought Monitors and 1 other card. We'll get rid of an Ornithopter. Bring that in. Yeah, I might have done different things if I had a little more time, but I think that's fine or close to what we should be going for here. Okay, we are in game 2 on the draw. We've got double Ornithopter, Lava Spur Boots. We can keep up Metallic Rebuke on turn 1. Or we can play the Boots. That doesn't really do very much. This hand is close, but I think we just have better hands. Let's try and mulligan this. Okay. This is Steam Vents, Ornithopter, Opal, keep up Dismember. Then we have another Steam Vents, 4 mana towards Kappa. This I'll begrudgingly keep. I think this is fine. Put back Kappa. Done. Okay. They play Misty and pass. Okay. We will. Let's play Island and pass here. Keep up Dismember. We'll save the Ornithopter and Opal in case we draw another one of those new Edge of Eternity cards. Okay, they fetch for Surveil, that's totally fine. Aether Channeler goes to the bin. Windswept Heath, okay. Urza Saga. Love Urza Saga, that's great. If we play that, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towards Kappa the following turn. I think we just have to play the Urza no matter what. Play Urza, pass turn here. They crack Windswept Heath. Another Surveil with Hedge Maze. island into Coiling Oracle. Okay, they reveal Birthing Ritual. And then past the end step, we'll dismember here. Okay, so now they don't have a creature in play for Birthing Ritual or anything. We go to our turn, trigger Urza Saga. Okay. We will shock in a Steam Vents. And then play Ornithopter and Mox Opal. And pass here. We'll be able to make an Urza Saga token on their end step. Okay, they play Windswept Heath. Birthing Ritual. No creature yet, though, so that's good. We'll create Construct. We will create another Construct. We'll grab the boots. Start going aggro here. We'll play Steam Vents. Let's play Thoughtcast. Yeah, let's play Thoughtcast. Draw more cards. Perfect. We'll play Steam Vents. Yes, we'll pay for that. We'll play Bobble. And then we'll equip the boots to the Summoning Sick construct. Go to combat. Send in both. Now they're too big to be dismembered. We'll deal 13 to them. Drop opponent to 5. And do we even crack the bobble? Yeah, we probably cracked the bobble here. Okay, they're drawing Windswept Heath. Draw for the bobble. We grab a Springleaf Drum. And I think it's all done here. Unless they have like a meltdown or something, which they wouldn't be playing in these colors. What do you got for his opponent? Wrath? I mean, even a Wrath, we have the chance of drawing a creature we can slap some boots on. There's a lot we can do. And we'll eventually have a Kappa coming down. crack a Windswept Teeth, crack another one. Down to 3. Cast the Subtlety. Just as a blocker at sorcery speed, that's not going to be enough. Okay, well, I think that's just GG's. Oh, but they can Birthing Ritual into a 5-drop. That's true. Is there a 5-drop that saves them from this? Maybe a Subtlety? They can kill one of the constructs and chump the other one, but they don't know that we have Kappa. Let's see if they find a line here. Ice Fang, okay. They can block one, they can try and kill another one. Let's start by playing out a Springleaf Drum? No, let's start by playing out the cranial plating here. Yep, and that's it, because we can use cranial plating to equip to Ornithopter, and then we have 3 lethal attackers. Perfect. And that is the win, so we are 1-0, and I will see you guys in match 2. Okay, we are into match 2, and we are on the play. This hand plays 3 artifacts on turn 1 and casts a Thoughtcast on turn 2. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I think that's fine. I mean, we get Thoughtcast turn 2 and probably Kappa turn 3. Maybe even Kappa turn 2 if we get lucky. Yeah, let's keep this. I know the new Pinnacle Emissary from Edge of Eternities really wants us to sandbag our hand a little bit more, but I think when we have things like Thoughtcast and Kappa Cannoneer, playing stuff out is going to be fine. So let's start with Spire Bluff. We will cast an Ornithopter and a Bauble and a Boots. And we'll keep the Bauble in play. Okay, they shotgun a Hollowed Fountain, play a Bauble of their own, and Tameo. Okay. Looks like they're also an artifact deck. Okay, we'll go Steam Vents, Shocked In, Thoughtcast for 2. We will 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll play Ornithopter. And we'll just pass here. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can play Kappa and equip boots next turn, swing in for 6. Okay, let's pass. They play Spire of Industry and Shadow Spear. Okay. Swing in with Tamio, make a clue. Yep, they're definitely an artifact deck. And then are they going to flip the Tamio? No. Okay, so they could be holding up a Metallic Rebuke here, is my thought. I think we still have to try and go for Kappa because we're not really going to have a great time to play around that. We would need to... I mean, I guess we could wait one turn, right? If I play the Spire Bluff Canal and Ornithopter, then just swing in for 1 with the boots right now, then we have 5 artifacts, 3 lands. I can shotgun the steam vents for the 4th land. Then we can do Kappa next turn, but no, I think just playing Kappa is better here. I'll play the Kappa. Do they have it? They do have it. Okay. Well, we thought that was going to be the case. Can't pay for that. So we'll play the Ornithopter, equip the boots. And get in for 1 at least. And then we'll crack the bauble next turn. Okay. They're at 17. And we pass here. Okay, well, I mean, it's annoying that we had the read and we played it wrong, but I think jamming was still fine. It wasn't like we knew for certain one way or the other, so. Okay, they Soul Guide Lantern. Getting rid of the Kappa. And Tamiyo comes in, they get another clue. And a Thought Monitor, okay. So Tamiyo flips now. Ticks up. That's not great for us, so we will bobble them. They find Aether Spellbomb, okay. No, we're not going to pay the 2 for the steam vents. And I think here we just have to pass. Get to draw a card. Island. Yeah, I think we blew it with the timing for the Kappa. We're just drawing bricks here while they've got everything going. Emery, now they have an engine going with the bobble and everything. I mean, I could have Metallic Rebuked, but then they just have the mana to play it anyway, so. Spell Bomb. It's not worth countering, so I can recast it with Emery. They don't swing in with Thought Monitor. Interesting. Okay. Just draw brick after brick here. I think we keep the Springleaf in hand. And just pass here. Keep up the Metallic Rebuke. That's all we really can do. Yeah, that's the disappointing part about this build of the deck versus the Emery Tameo, is we have a lot more bricks with just the Ornithopters and Memnites. Okay, Tameo ticks up yet again. Cranial Plating could really help us here. They're gonna try and cast a Kappa. They play Kappa. We will counter with Metallic Rebuke. Not that it'll matter, but we can at least try. They can pay for this now, but that'll tap them out so they can't play anything else. Can't like play and equip boots or anything from hand. And then even if we find an answer to Kappa, which I don't think we have in the main board, we're kind of screwed because Emery can always just recast it. Yeah, and we just keep drawing lands. There's no reason to keep playing this. We'll save our time and go to the sideboard games. Okay, against the Jeskai variant of artifacts and Affinity, we don't need the Tormod's Crypt, so that can be a quick swap for Welding Jar. We probably want the Dismembers, the Force Negations, the Consigns, and Pithing Needle. Consigns for sure, Pithing Needle, maybe? Guess we can, yeah, we can Pithing Needle like Urza Saga if we need to, or things like that. And then let's think more about what we want to cut here. Opal is always an easy cut, as I've mentioned. We can cut a couple Thought Monitors. We can cut a Kappa. Metallic Rebuke. If we're bringing in Force Negations, Consigns. Actually, to be fair, a lot of their stuff that we want to counter are creatures, so maybe. Because, like, Kappa is just so good here. Maybe we don't even want to cut Kappa. So if that's 3 cards, we just want 2 more. Do we just change 2 metallic rebukes to 2 consigns? Or do we just say we don't need the welding jar? We're cutting this, and we just cut a metallic rebuke? Or a springleaf drum? Maybe we cut a springleaf drum. That seems fine. Bring this stuff in, run it like that. Okay, we will take the play. And what does this hand do? 3 artifacts, and so that's 3, 4, 5. Thoughtcast on turn 1. It's not awful. Yeah, let's try this. Let's try Thoughtcast on turn 1. Okay, they mulled a 6. We are gonna start with an Otawara. Play a Mox Opal. Play an Ornithopter. Play another Ornithopter. Play Thoughtcast. Play another Ornithopter. I don't think we need to just yet. So we play, yeah, we'll just pass here, and then we have Urza Saga Ornithopter next turn into Thought Monitor or Thoughtcast. Well, let's see, Ornithopter, that'd be 3. Mox Opal, okay, they play Razor Verge. They play Razor Tide Bridge into Mox Opal, okay. Okay, so here we're gonna play the Saga. And then if we play the Ornithopter, that's 3, 4, 5, 6. And we'll have 4 Affinity. 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. I think we play the Ornithopter. Play Thought Monitor for 3. Draw our cards. Okay, and then we have more Thought Monitor, Thoughtcast, Urza Saga, all of it next turn. Pass here. Okay, they play Spire of Industry, Soul Guide, Emery. Okay. They mill over a Portable Hole and a Mox Opal that they can replay with Emery. Okay. And they play a Portable Hole from hand to get rid of Mox Opal. Okay. Okay, Urza Saga ticks up. We'll play another Urza Saga. Okay. We can... We can make a Saga construct here, but then that taps us out anyway. So let's... Let's keep the Memnite in hand, I think. No, let's play the Memnite. Play that. And then we can go to combat. Swing in with Thought Monitor. Hit them down to 18, and we'll just pass here. We'll keep up the Urza Saga activation, and then next turn we should be able to play a bunch of these. Because we'll be able to tutor up with Urza Saga like a Springleaf Drum or another Mox Opal. Probably Springleaf Drum, given our Ornithopters. They play Shadow Spear, okay. Then they crack the Soul Guide to draw a card. And then are they going to replay the Soul Guide with Emery, or what are they doing here? Yep, that's exactly what they're doing. Replay Soul Guide, okay. Okay. They exile their Darksteel Citadel from their graveyard. And end step. We'll make a construct. Okay. Then we draw Pinnacle Emissary. Okay. We will place our triggers and then make another construct. Okay. We'll tutor up a Springleaf Drum. Then we can Springleaf, tapping Ornithopter. Wait a sec. Oh, let's do it for the right color mana here. Okay, so we'll Springleaf, tapping an Ornithopter, play a Thought Monitor, draw. We will shock in a Steam Vents, Play a Thoughtcast. Okay, then go to combat. Send in for 12. And then they can do whatever they want here, but just... Even if they portable haul one of our constructs, we have more than enough to be able to power through here. And they're going to have to do that at a bare minimum. Yep, that's exactly what they're doing. They target one of our constructs with portable haul. You play another portable hull, okay. Targeting the other construct. Yep. They play a thought monitor, okay. Play a Spire of Industry. They equip Thought Monitor with Shadow Spear. That's pretty good. Okay. Now, I'm going to have to think about how we break through this lock here. They can chump one of the Thought Monitors, take 3, lose 3. I think I need to make a construct here. We'll grab... So I can grab boots here, which I think I need to do. My other thought was grabbing the pithing needle, because if I grab the boots, they can use Thought Monitor to chump. Yeah, I just have to grab the boots here. I was thinking about grabbing Pithing Needle to name Emery so they can't keep replaying Thought Monitor from Graveyard and equipping Shadow Spear. But I think we already know what we need to do here, so let's play... Let's play Saga. Okay. We'll equip the boots using the Saga. And then we'll go to combat here. Swing in with everybody. Have to block the construct. So they gain 3 but take 5. Drop to 4. Okay. We'll keep up the Metallic Rebuke. They tap Emery for Thought Monitor. They play the Thought Monitor. We can counter with Metallic Rebuke just to tap them out of more stuff, so they really only have one option, which is yeah, let's do that. I have to tap 3 now. And they just have enough to still equip the Shadow Spear, but they can't do a portable hole or anything like that if they want to do the Shadow Spear nonsense. And they can't pay for ward on the Construct token. Oh, they do have Mox Amber, so maybe they can. Play another Thought Monitor. Opal for Thoughtcast. But now they don't have any mana. Yeah, they don't have any mana to equip the Shadow Spear. They got a little too aggressive there with tapping. Okay. Well, that seemed to work out beautifully. Anything that we want to change here? No, I don't think so. I think our boarding is fine here. I like having the targeted removal for like the Emrys and the Tamios. Anything else? I feel like there's a bit of a dilemma with this deck in that we want to just play out everything for the things like the Kappas and the Thought Monitors, but we want to save some stuff in hand for the Pinnacle Emissary. I'm wondering if maybe we want to cut some Pinnacle Emissaries, but that's just like such a strong start for our deck. No, I think we keep it in. We're trying to test to see what this card is like, so no reason to change anything now. What does this hand look like? We've got Ornithopter, Memnite, Bauble, Springleaf Drum, Keep Up Metallic Rebuke, and then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 towards Kappa. I like that. That's not awful. And then a land or anything else just gets us the Kappa. Okay. Razor Verge, Bauble Opal, Amber, Tameo. Okay, well, that's a strong start, obviously. Okay. And we draw another Kappa. Okay, Spire Bluff. Let's go. Memnite. Ornithopter. They didn't crack the Bauble, so I'm thinking that they might have a Kappa or something of their own. Springleaf Drum here. And we will just pass the turn. And now we have Metallic Rebuke up. So they do crack the Bauble. Okay. Glimmer Void. Okay, they swing in with Tamia to make a clue. What are they playing here? They're just cracking the clue to flip the Tamio. That makes sense. Okay. Uptick, they play Emery. This we will Metallic Rebuke. 100%. Okay, so Emery's down. And then we have Mishra's Bauble here, which means that that's enough for a Kappa Cannoneer. Okay. And then we'll pass here. Kappa should be able to take out the Tamio. And I think we're in a very commanding position here because we're going to just play another Kappa next turn. Okay, they uptick the Tamio. Okay, we get Urza Saga. That's pretty good. So we'll play the Saga. Okay. Let's play the Kappa. We will... Can't pay for the Metallic Rebuke if they're keeping that up. So I think we just do it like this, where we can crack a bauble if we need to. Oh wait, we're not tapping that for that. We're just improvising with it. Yep, there we go. Okay, and then that just immediately resolves. We'll go to combat. Send Kappa at Tamio. Okay, Tamio goes to 1. We will crack our bauble. Okay, they have a Kappa. We get to draw a Steam Vents. Okay. They have Portable Hole here. Okay, they can get rid of one of our guys. Oh, they get rid of Springleaf Drum. Okay. Denying us mana, trying to stop us from doing Urza Saga stuff. Three, 4, 5. That's not enough for the Kappa. I think they might have messed up their math here. Oh, they play the Opal, which is enough for Kappa. Yep. Okay. So they get a Kappa now. Okay, Urza Saga triggers. And then here we will shock in the steam vents. And then I think we have a 6/6 and a 5/5. If we play cranial plating, it's 7 and 5 or 7 and 6, which is 13. And then how many artifacts would we control? We'd control 4, 5, 6. So 6 plus 13, that's 19. If we do that. Or we can make an Urza Saga token. I think we just make an Urza Saga token. Oh no. I can put this on the Ornithopter. Duh. So that pumps those up. Then we put this on the Ornithopter. And then that should be exactly enough. Or no, that's still 19. Okay, well, we'll go to combat. Oh, and they just give it to us. Yep, that's just such a strong board that I think they just knew it was all over. And they didn't have anything in their hand anyway, so, like, what are they going to do? They just lose the next turn. Okay, we are 2-0. Sweet. Let's hop into match 3 and keep this train rolling, shall we? Okay, let's hop into match 3. Okay, we are into match number 3. And we are on the draw here. What do we have here? We've got Spire Bluff. We've got Spire Bluff into Memnite, Opal, Springleaf Drum. Actually, we have Pinnacle Emissary. So we can Spire Bluff Pinnacle Emissary, play Opal, Memnite, use Opal to play Springleaf to play Boots or Thoughtcasts. Yeah, I think this is a keep. Yeah, this is just a really strong turn 1 here. Okay, they Lush Portico put Endurance in their grave. Ooh, okay. Let's go Spire Bluff, Pinnacle Emissary. Then we'll play Opal. Always yield to the Pinnacle Emissary. They Force of Negation the Opal. Okay. That was a good call on their part. Okay. I mean, that's all we can do this turn, so that sucks. We were really going to pop off there if they hadn't done that. Oh, I should have played the other Memnite. Whatever. Get another drone, but we'll get it next turn. Oh, I see. Okay. They are a living end deck, which is not great for us. Let's Pinnacle Emissary again. And Memnite? No, let's not do that. Let's just Springleaf Drum here. And use this mana for a boots. Because once they living end, we're gonna want stuff that we can do that's not creatures that are gonna disappear. Yeah, they just Shardless Agent, and they already have like 3 creatures. I think it's just over here. Living end, yep. Yeah. Turns, they shuffle everything back. Yeah, we're just gonna save our time. There's not much that we could do here. Yeah, what are we doing here? There's nothing that we can even do, I don't think. We can... Well, actually, let's see here. So if we play this... Pinnacle Emissary... They subtlety it anyway. Okay. We'll just concede there. Okay. They are living end, so we obviously want to keep the Tormod's Crypt in. Consigning the trigger could be good. Yep. So let's see here. Move this stuff out of the way so we can see a little bit better. Let's take Consign as a card that could come in. What else? Blood Moon could get them off their colors. Force of Negation is going to be good. Dismember I don't think is important. Whip Flare is not going to do much. Pithing Needle, not really. And then if that's what we're bringing in, we can take out a couple Thought Monitors. Don't really want to go like super deep on this Pinnacle Emissary, build the board kind of plan. Maybe we just cut all of these and rely on the Kappa Thought Monitors instead. No, but I think we still cut 2 Thought Monitors, and we can trim like maybe 1 Ornithopter, 1 Springleaf Drum. Run it like that. And just stop them from doing what they're going to do. Take a little more controlling stance. Win with Kappa and Urza Saga. Let's try it. Might be wrong. We are on the play, so maybe Pinnacle Emissary would have been better, but what does this do? Nothing. Can keep up Metallic Rebuke on turn 1. Yeah, no, that's not good enough. Okay, we can play out 3 artifacts. And then we might be able to Thoughtcast the following turn. This is fine. We'll keep this. Put back Thought Monitor because we're a little far away from that. Play Island. Springleaf Drum. Cast Memnite. Cast Boots. And we'll pass. Okay. That's not great. Got 3. Yeah, we're going to tap out here, I think. For Thoughtcast. Oof, that sucks. No land. Okay. Well, that really sucks. And we didn't even get a force negation or anything. Luckily, this turn isn't the critical turn. Okay, they surveil a curator to the bin. Hollet Fountain, shocked in. Mishra's Bauble. I guess we play Bauble. Do we play Bauble? We definitely play Springleaf Drum. Yeah, we'll definitely play the Springleaf Drum. And then that's 4, 5, 6 towards Kappa for next turn. We'll just pass here. Keep up Consign. Oh, but they bounce it. Oh shit, okay. I should have thought about that. Yep. If I had tapped the Springleaf Drum for the other Springleaf Drum instead of the island, then I would be able to have up Consign for this living end. But I didn't do that. Okay. Well, we might still get away with it here, crazily enough. We play Memnite. Then we can play Kappa. So Kappa, we could swing for 6 this turn, or I could just leave it back on block. No, I can't block because they have flying. Yeah, I think I play the bobble so that I can play the Kappa. They subtlety it. Okay. Well, that's we can consign the triggered ability though. Have it be sacrificed, then cast consign on that. So Kappa still comes into play. Now, I don't know what we can do to draw out of this, but we at least have a turn with Kappa in play. They swing for 10 in the air. We can't do anything about. If we draw like Shadow Spear here, no. So we can play this Kappa, equip boots, makes this a 6. That becomes a 6. We swing in for 12. They're still at 5. Yep. GG's opponent. They just have it. Yeah, there's nothing that we could have done. Okay, we'll scoop it up. That was disappointing. I think, yeah, I was not thinking about the consign there and keeping up the island instead of the springleaf drum mattering. I was thinking that we could leave up the springleaf drum so maybe they would think that we had metallic rebuke, but yeah, maybe we just needed to play it safe, and that was definitely my bad. Oh well, we move on, and hopefully we can get the 4-1. So let's hop into match number 4. Okay, we are into match 4. And what do we have here? We've got an immediate turn 1 Thoughtcast as long as Springleaf Drum isn't interacted with. It's risky, but I do kind of like it. Trying to think. We've got 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think this is a keep. Okay, we're on the draw here. So they play Polluted Delta. Okay. And we grab Steam Vents. Maybe we play the Saga a little slower here. Yeah, let's play it slow at the Saga, because this plan is already fast and powerful enough that, yeah, if Springleaf Drum or something gets countered, I don't want to collapse the Saga as well. Okay. And then we'll pass here. So now we have 4 artifacts in play. We can play the Urza Saga and tap the Springleaf Drum, Saga, and Steam Vents for one of the Thought Monitors next turn. Or we can just play out Kappa immediately. Let's see, they get Watery Grave, Swamp into Frog. Okay. Given that they got Frog, I think getting a Kappa that won't be blocked is going to be of higher importance for us, so let's do that. Let's go Saga. Okay. Here's Kappa. Okay. And they've got Frog now. What are they doing with Frog? Born Oculus. Okay, so I think they're just a Demir mid-range deck. And they've got Frog Oculus, which is a good board, but if they can't answer this Kappa, I think we can run away with this pretty easily here. They jump the Frog and draw a card. Hit us for 2. They got Oculus here. Okay, Saga ticks up. We will... Let's shotgun a Steam Vents and play a Thought Monitor. Oh wait, cancel that. Play Opal. Always yield on the Kappa triggers. Play a Thought Monitor here. See what they want to do about that. Okay, they fetch with Verdant Catacombs. Is this going to be a counterspell? Yep, they counterspell the Thought Monitor. That's fine. We will Thought Monitor again. This time we'll use the Springleaf Drum, one of the Mem Knights. We'll draw a Thought Monitor. Then we'll go... Do we need to go all the way in with Kappa? They're already at 15. We'll play the Bauble. Then we'll go to combat. Send in with Kappa. Put them to 7. And then we'll crack Bauble. Look at their top card. Polluted Delta, okay. Then we draw a card. No Metallic Rebuke. Okay, that's fine. Then we have chump blockers, and Kappa's lethal. We can make construct tokens and equip boots if we need. They come in with frog. Okay. I'm just gonna block frog with Memnite or Ornithopter. Block with Ornithopter so they can't draw anything else. They play Polluted Delta. And then we'll make a token. Trigger Kappa. They sink into Stupor, targeting the Kappa, but Kappa has Ward 4. Seemingly everybody's forgetting about that this league. Okay, and we just win it. So we'll go to sideboarding here. They are seemingly doing just Dimir Murktide stuff. So they they're gonna have things like Meat Hook Massacre, EE, and Consign that they can bring in. So it makes me maybe wanna get rid of some of the Memnite stuff. Maybe the like Pinnacle Emissary plan with all that isn't as strong. Dismember is gonna be good for us. Blood Moon. They can fetch for basics, so I don't know how good that's going to be. I think Tormod's Crypt staying in makes sense. Consign. Consign's not great. Pithing Needle on the Frog could be interesting. Do we want to be consigning things? Most of their spells are interaction that they're going to be casting at instant speed on our turn, so I don't think where some negation is needed. Consign. What would we even consign? Yeah, I think it's just this stuff. So we can trim on like 2 pinnacles and a thought monitor. Maybe we keep 1 pinnacle in, get rid of a Memnite instead. That's fine, we just trim at a few things. There's not a lot that I really want to bring in here. Maybe the Blood Moons are better, but I just feel like if they can fetch out basics, then... Okay, what do we have here for game 2? We have Memnite, Ornithopter, Opal with Pinnacle. Yeah, I mean, this is great, right? We just play Steam Vents, Pinnacle, play out all this stuff, We get to Thoughtcasts. We just go crazy. Keep this. Hope that they don't have a force negation or something. Shocking a Watery Grave to Thoughtseize us. Okay. Well, they can make this a lot worse for us now, but even still, if they get rid of Pinnacle, we have Thoughtcast. If they get rid of Thoughtcast, we have Pinnacle. If they get rid of Mox Opal, we still Pinnacle and we're still fine. We're just not popping off quite as much. So, I mean, they stopped the craziness, but. And they grabbed the cranial plating of all things. Wild. Okay. Well, this is going to be interesting. We'll shock in the steam vents. Let's warp in the Pinnacle Emissary. And then we'll play Ornithopter. Ornithopter. Memnite. Mox Opal. Thoughtcast. Okay. And there we go. We just have Instaboard. Beat that opponent. 5 power turn 1. And we'll be able to play another Thought Monitor and Thoughtcast next turn. Okay, they surveil an abhorrent Oculus. Oh my god. We get another Mox Opal here? Do we want to just play the Pinnacle? No, because then we can't play the Thought Monitor, so yeah, we will play Thought Monitor. Stern Scolding, okay. That stops us. We will cast a Thoughtcast. We will go to combat. Attack for 5. Do we need to keep up Dismember? I don't think so. So we'll say that's fine. They play Swamp and Harbinger. Okay, they turn everything into islands. Okay. Do we dismember this Harbinger? I don't think it's doing anything crazy to us right now. So I really want to play this Pinnacle Emissary. Yeah, I think we just play the Pinnacle Emissary. If we go red, blue, cast opal, keep this one, more red, cast this, cast bauble, get another 1/1, okay. Then we can look at their top card as an important Oculus, okay. Then we go to combat. Go in with the drones. Now they're at 7. And then next turn we should have lethal with Dismember, getting rid of one of the blockers. And we have Lava Spur Boots. Even if we don't, we'll have close to lethal. Okay. Yep, that is it. They just didn't have an answer. We were really able to see how strong the Pinnacle Emissary was there. That was incredible, just making such a huge board, all the drones, and getting it done. This might lead to some upticks in meltdowns in Modern if this deck keeps performing like this. This has been great. Awesome. We are now 3-1. Let's head into the final match, and hopefully we can take home the 4-1 in match 5. I'll see you there. Okay, we are back in match 5, and we have another Pinnacle Emissary start. We can go Pinnacle Emissary, immediately create 3 1/1s into Urza's Saga. I think that's pretty good. We'll keep this. See what our opponent wants to do. We're also on the draw here, so we have the chance of drawing into more fast mana. If we draw like Opal here, we can Pinnacle and just go crazy. Okay, they play Island and pass. And here we have Springleaf Drum, which is not going to be enough for us to like fully pop off, but we're still going to have a very good turn here. So we'll play Spire Bluff into Pinnacle Emissary. We'll go Bobble. Bobble. Then we'll Ornithopter. Okay. And I think we cash in a Bobble now. They're drawing Otawara. Okay. Pass to their turn. Draw with bobble. Draw another bobble. Perfect. And then we'll use the other bobble on our end step. There's a Saga. Maybe they're an artifact deck as well. It just isn't quite going as fast as we are. Let's see if we can get some more information. Yep, there's Shadow Spear. So it looks like they are an artifact deck. So we draw off Bobble and draw for turn. We'll go Saga. Okay. We'll go Pinnacle Emissary again. Let's go Memnite. Bobble. Springleaf Drum. Then we'll go to combat. Send in with the drones. And then we'll bobble now so we can potentially draw into counter magic. Okay, we don't, but that's fine. There's Saga ticks up. Okay, well, we've got quite the board here. This is crazy. Oh, they have their own Pinnacle Emissary. Let's see what they got here. Shadow Spear, okay. Make a drone token. Then Mox Amber, okay. Kappa, yep. Okay. That's gone now. There's a Saga ticks up. We will play a Spire Bluff Canal. And then go to combat. Send in for 6 here. Then block 1, take 5. Pass here. They can use Shadow Spear on Kappa. And they have Urza Saga. This is tricky though because their Amber doesn't tap for mana right now. They're just floating mana here? Interesting. Okay, what are they tutoring for here? Do they have Pithing Needle in the main? Am I going to get punished for not creating the Saga token? No. Aether Spellbomb, though. Spire Bluff. Okay, they use the floating to cast the Pinnacle Emissary. Trigger Kappa again. Okay. And they come in with Kappa without Shadow Spear. Interesting. Okay. Can't block, so that's fine. End step. We'll make a construct. Okay, and then Saga. We're going to make another construct token. Okay. We'll grab a boots here. Play another Saga. Okay. And then I think Shadow Spear just wins it actually, right? Because if I play and equip Shadow Spear to the construct token, that makes it a 12, 13 power. And they can only block 3 of it. 10 goes through. Yeah, I think. Oh no, but they can bounce with Aether Spellbomb. Shoot. Okay. That means I need to split up my threats with the 2 constructs. So I have to do the Lava Spur Boots. That's fine though. Let's let's equip the boots. Okay. Then we'll play the Shadow Spear now. Yeah, there's no reason not to. We'll play this now. No, let's not. Just, yeah, I'm trying to think about this. If they bounce 1, block 1, that dies. We're at 13. Yeah. Yeah, let's go to combat here. Attack with all. We'll stay back with the Ornithopter. They have to block a construct, bounce a construct. And they can block with the 2 drone tokens. Bounce the construct, that's fine. We deal 5 to them, they go to 7. But we're at 13. 8 showing, 9 showing. Yeah, I think we have to keep Ornithopter back on blocks here. There's Opal. Okay, so now Kappa's unblockable. They can equip Shadow Spear. to make it 9 power. But they need 4 more. Okay, there's 1. One card in hand. I don't know what, if anything, gets them to lethal here, because we are likely either going to have lethal or just a very strong board on the crackback, regardless of what they do. Unless I'm missing something crazy here. Okay, they equip the Shadow Spear. They come in for 10. Which we can't block. We drop to 3. Okay, Saga triggers. We're dead anyway, so we might as well shock in the Steam Vents. They can block 1. I have enough to play and equip the Shadow Spear. I think I just make another construct, equip the boots, and that's it. Let's play Shadow Spear here. Cast Memnite. Create a construct. Then we'll tap this Memnite to move boots over to this construct. And then go to combat. Attack with everybody but Ornithopter, and that should be it. Unless I'm missing something crazy here. I got 1 mana and 1 card, yeah. Okay, we go to sideboarding. Okay, against a somewhat mirror. I don't think the Blood Moons are going to be as useful. The Welding Jar for the Tormod's Crypt is fine. Consign's going to be great. Pithing Needle's going to be good. And we could bring in a couple Dismembers. We'll just trim. We're on the draw now, so Pinnacle's not as good. I think I didn't even bring it in the welding jar, if I'm remembering how we boarded for the other game. That all seems fine. Bring this stuff in. Force negation. Yeah, force negation doesn't answer Kappa, so that stays out. Okay. What do we have here? We've got Island into Springleaf Drum, Memnite, Ornithopter. That's 3 artifacts. Thoughtcast turn 2 into maybe Thought Monitor turn 3. It's not great, but it's not bad enough to let go of. And we're on the draw, so I think we keep this. Saying Opal, okay. Ornithopter, Ornithopter, Emery, okay. Pinnacle, Thought Monitor, Opal, and Hercule's Recall. Okay, that's good to know about. Okay. We'll Spire Bluff here. Play a Springleaf. Play Memnite. Play a Bauble. Play an Ornithopter. And we can Thoughtcast now. Get rid of that. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'll just pass here. Keep Memnite in hand. Red for Pinnacle. Uh-oh. There we go. So they're going wide with Pinnacle. Target Opal and play it. Okay. They're low on mana here. Got only 1 card left. Okay. Play the Saga. We have 4, 5. Let's see here. Let's go for Thought Monitor, I think. Or do we want to play Kappa? Kappa's just the strongest thing that we can possibly do. But if they have the counter, how do we feel if they counter? that's still fine, because then we just have Saga construct tokens, and then we can Thought Monitor and following turns. Yeah, let's use our mana while we're not making Saga construct tokens. Perfect, and they don't have it. Yeah, I thought not. I mean, just playing the Opal was needed to utilize Pinnacle while it was in for the warp turn anyway. And then Memnite attacking is not going to be useful. Yeah, we'll just pass here. They target the Thought Monitor. Okay. Which they can play here, right? Yeah. Okay, and they finally find a land. And they find a boots. Okay. Crash in for 2. That's fine. Okay, Urza Saga. Let's go. Island. Memnite. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. We'll Thought Monitor here. Okay, we draw more. Let's go Mishra's Bauble. Makes that 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus the one that it gets for it. So I can make this 18 power right now. Which is not enough to kill them. So I think we just go to combat. Yeah, making construct tokens doesn't matter because they can chump for days. So maybe we do want to do the cranial plating thing. Yeah, let's do that. They have Hercule's recall. Okay. That's good to know about. Now the question is, do I want to try and draw into counter magic for Hercule's recall, or do I just keep capping? I think we just keep going in with this Kappa. Let's go to combat. Send in. They're at 3. We'll bobble. Okay, thought monitor. Okay, we draw 2. And there's the Metallic Rebuke. And they can bounce everything here, but we can just basically replay everything, so it buys them a turn, realistically. Okay, do they want 2 Hercles here? Is Hercles instant speed? It is instant speed, okay. Okay, this is interesting then. Because if they let us untap, we'll have Metallic Rebuke up. So they have to do it now, but they don't know that. Let's see what they want to do. Okay, just go straight to combat. Come in with Thought Monitor. No blocks on that, that's fine. It's not going to matter. And we're not going to trade with Thought Monitor to let them recast with Emery or anything. They equip boots. Interesting. Replay Opal. Okay. Oh no. Looks like somebody might have messed up here. Do we want to make a construct or keep up mana? I think we just float mana here. We'll grab Shadow Spear. Yeah, we'll grab Shadow Spear. We'll go Steam Vents. Equip the Shadow Spear to Kappa, because why not? And then we can Thought Monitor. Try and find even more protection. Draw 2, great. Play an Opal. And we'll go to combat. Send in with Kappa. Okay. Then they Hercules, and we will counter that. And is that it? There we go, baby. We get the 4-1. Awesome league. That is amazing. Okay, great. Well, we got our play points and our treasure chests. Let's go take a look at the deck again and do a quick outro here. Okay, so taking a look at the deck, I am super impressed with this list. I mean, this was my first foray back into Modern in quite a while, and I was thoroughly impressed with every aspect of Affinity. It seems to be in a really strong place right now. There are a lot of other people. We ran into a couple of mirror matches or similar types of matches with Affinity. This Pinnacle Emissary seems to be the truth. We were able to pop off with it multiple times. I know I was talking about earlier about the kind of nombos and counterintuitive nature of the deck of like the Pinnacle Emissary, you want to save up all your 0 drops to play them all out on a single turn and get a big board, whereas the Kappas and the Thought Monitors, you want to build up a board so that you can play them. But I think there is actually something to the way that they play out together, because oftentimes what we were doing was we were finding that Pinnacle Emissary was best for a quick start so that you build your board and then you can Kappa as early as like a turn 2 or Thought Monitor or something like that. So I really loved that play pattern. Some of the issues that we ran into were when we had the 1 or 2 big combo pieces like the Pinnacle or a Monk's Opal that would have given us enough mana to really pop off, stripped from our hand with a Thoughtseize or countered on the way down. That kind of left our first turn feeling a little anemic compared to what we can usually do. But otherwise, I mean, this deck just has a little bit of everything. Being able to play spells as powerful as Kappa and Urza Saga in a shell like this just feels really great. The sideboard seems to make a lot of sense. I really liked seeing the Hercules recall from our opponent in that final game, so that might be something if you want to test with this deck that we could add into the sideboard. I think if Affinity is going to be this strong and Pinnacle Emissary is going to be this great new tool to give this a lift, like I said, maybe we are going to end up seeing some more meltdowns, so that could make all of this counter magic that we have with the Force Negations and the full 4 of Metallic Rebuke really important for this deck to have. But otherwise, just amazing shell and amazing games. So glad that we were able to get out the 4-1 here. Anyways, that is Affinity in Modern. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if there is a deck or format that you're interested in seeing, and maybe that'll be the next one I throw up on the channel. Appreciate you guys watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.